Dental Fuel, the podcast that focuses on what no one else is talking about: mistakes. The dental world is full of before and afters, and no one is talking about the middle. Dental Fuel brings you the unspoken in between. Welcome back to another episode of Dental Fuel. This episode of Dental Fuel is brought to you by Well Received. Did you know 69% of patients say they would switch providers for a better experience? To level up your practice, you need to ensure your patient experience is better than your competitors. So where do you start? From the very first hello. Well Received is a 24/7 answering service for dental practices. Their team of professional receptionists are on hand 24/7 to support your callers. That's day and night, 365 days a year. Set your practice apart by guaranteeing your patients' calls are answered quickly and by a real person every single time. Ready to level up your patient experience? As a Dental Fuel listener, you can enjoy an exclusive 50% off your first 3 months of service. Head to wellreceived.com/ignitedds to get started. We're back with Dr. Guelff on another episode and another mistake. Today, we talk about the intricacies of building and maintaining a successful dental practice. Dr. Guelff provides invaluable insights on technological innovations and how they have fueled his practice in providing quality service. And of course, we are talking about a team mistake and the importance of culture and leadership in a practice. Let's tune in. As you have built your practices, I heard that you get all your assistants together and kind of drive around to your different practices. And so I'm curious on, what tips and tools you use to help build your team, but also what mistakes you've made along the way, and how you can provide that insight for the younger generation.
Great question. I don't know if you could do what I do in a metropolitan city like Tampa or Orlando, but in a rural area like where I live in Central Florida, in the middle of the cow pasture and the orange groves, I have 6 offices, and we go from office to office, and we have a schedule. And I think our patients really appreciate the convenience. Okay. And we're fully equipped at all the offices to do anything that we need to do. In fact, we have one big black box that we carry all the stuff that we, might use once in a while. And, that's just kind of like the emergency kit and stuff, for us. If we need anything, we have it in that box, and we always take it with us. But, my team, I think we have a team that stays at my central office in Sebring, and then we have my clinical team goes with me. The only way that that's possible is technology. We haven't done an impression in 10 years in my office. We're using 3D scanning for everything. I have about a dozen 3D printers. We print all of our models with 3D printing technology. We're I think the 330th practice in the United States or in the world that used Cloud9, pure cloud-based practice management system. And so that technology gives us a great competitive advantage, okay, for what we do. And our team, so your team members have to learn how to use that technology. And we're always training, we're always training, trying to get better. And, so that's one of the things that I thought, well, once I train somebody one time, they're done, one and done. And that's nothing could be further from the truth. It is constant repetition, constant training. And then I also I have probably 13, 14, 15 team members in the past 29 years that are now either dentists or dental hygienists or nurse anesthetists or registered nurses, or, they're doing something else and they're living their dream. And so you have to reload. Okay. And so we have a lot of temporary, or not temporary, but we have a lot of part-time folks that work with us in our office. That gives us some flexibility for what we do. And I have a core of people that have been with me. I have many people that have been over 20 years with me. And so we have a good mix.
As your team members, take the next step in their career, which is very exciting. I mean, how rewarding to see someone on your team, reach their next goal, reach that accomplishment. But how do you pivot as a team and as a team leader to incorporate a new member coming into your practice and trying to have them, embody the mission and the atmosphere that's already been set forth by the other team members?
A lot of that has to do with your culture and leadership. Okay. And, it's all about the proper fit. So I think that hiring the right people for the right job is paramount. Okay. But also I'm always have a heart for the underdog in my office. And, I I'm not afraid to coach people up and get them to do things that they didn't think they could do and to be better. And that's why the thing that makes me so happy and why I do what I do every day is helping other people live their dream. And that is so important in this world. And so, and I think that oozes from me and my enthusiasm and energy. I think that's contagious. And, people want to be around positive people and have that positive energy. And so,
in your opinion, what would your recommendation be for someone who maybe has hired the wrong person for their practice, but wants to give them the opportunity to maybe have that level of growth? Maybe they're young and they have a lot of potential, but maybe they're not the right fit for your office.
Yeah, that's great. So I think by just being upfront, I always want to know, one of the questions I always ask in my interview is, where do you want to be in 5 years, or what do you want to do? Or, and in fact, I have a young lady, dear friend of mine. She's, I coached high school football with her dad for 6 years. And she thought she wanted to be a dental hygienist. I said, well, great. Why don't you come in my office and work? And it lasted about 3 months. And finally, she just came in and sat down with me and said, this isn't working. I don't like being in the mouth. I think I'm going to do radiology technology. I hope you're not mad at me. I said, no, not mad at all. We're just so happy that you're going to find your path and do what you're supposed to do. Make God smile. So
that's wonderful. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of Dental Fuel. Are you ready to level up your patient experience? Be sure to visit wellreceived.com/IgniteDDS to find out how you can master patient communication and offer exceptional service 24/7, 365 days a year, while getting valuable time back to focus on growing your practice. Join me next week where we close out our conversation with Dr. Guelff, where he shares some expert advice. Thanks for tuning in.